Okay, so this app is called Periscope. It's free. I'm not promoted by it. I'm not sponsored by them, paid by them. They've never contacted me. I've never spoken to them ever in my life. I just saw a bunch of other YouTubers using this, so I decided to see what it was all about. And it's pretty cool. It's a live streaming site, basically. So I can jump on Periscope. I can live stream, and it's basically like FaceTime, and you guys can all jump on, and you guys can like text me, and your texts and your comments all pop up in the screen, so I can actually chat with you guys and interact with you guys live. So I tweeted that at 7 p.m. I'd be doing a Q&A on here, which I'm going to do. But yeah, I recommend you guys download this. Again, it's free. You can download it, make an account. I'm Nick Wright on it. You can connect it right to your Twitter account, log in with your Twitter. It's easy. And yeah, follow me on there, and it'll notify you whenever I'm online. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so it's 7 p.m. Punctual per usual. Just kidding, I'm not usually punctual, so this is good for me. So this is pretty cool. It's all you got to do. Ready? You just hit this little button, like that. We're gonna title it something Q and A time. It's not really that cool, but you get the idea. Then we start the broadcast, and I double tap to flip to me. Yeah, there we go. Now we're live, and you can see people are pooling in down there. People are joining, then they start commenting. So YouTube meet Periscope, Periscope, YouTube. This is pretty cool. The hearts pile in. The hearts are awesome. More people. Hey, what's up? There we go. So I'm going to begin this Q&A. Periscope, you guys are currently on YouTube right now. Well, like not currently. Actually, YouTube, you're currently on Periscope, if we're talking literally here. YouTube, I'll see you later. But yeah, jump on Periscope. Motivate, appreciate, dedicate, elevate. MADE. The 4 keys to success is seriously my favorite system to go by. It really just allows you to get all your ducks in a row and achieve what you want to achieve. You have to stay motivated first and foremost. Motivation is key. That is the first step to anything. Then you have to appreciate how much work you have to put in. You got to appreciate how far you've come for sure. But it's really important that you own up to the amount of work that you have to do. Because a lot of people like to just get things handed to them. We're all guilty of it once in a while. It's human nature. But you have to go out of your comfort zone and work for it. So you have to really appreciate the amount of steps that you need to take to get where you want to go. Then you got to dedicate yourself to it. You have to cement yourself to this goal. You can't stray or flake. Otherwise, it won't work. And finally, you elevate to a better you in whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So MADE. Never fails. Best way to look at life. The 4 keys to success. Anywho, I'm a week out from my meet right now. I'm deloading, resting, no training, thank God. I'm loving this deload week right now. And today's Monday, so I'll be stepping on the platform to lift Sunday. And it's at Johnston, Rhode Island. It's at Next Level Fitness in Johnston, Rhode Island. Lifting starts at 9 a.m. for me. It's only $10 to get in if you guys want to come in and watch and support. That's awesome. Check this out. Water loading has begun. Or began, whichever one it is. I bought a few of these liter water bottles just because it's easier to like measure with exact liters. I got my water loading schedule from Josh Hancock, the IPF world champ himself. He sent me exactly what he does. I'm tally marking on my hand every time I finish a liter so I can keep track of where I'm at. I also got myself a little orange monster here. I'm cheating on Rockstar. I didn't want any crazy energy. I'm not training. I don't need it. But I did feel like having something tasty and that wouldn't jack me up with caffeine. Because also, guys, remember, caffeine and stimulants also stress out your central nervous system. So when you're deloading like this, you're avoiding lifting because that taxes your CNS. Stimulants will also tax your CNS. So the whole goal here is to really rest my CNS for this meet. So I'm trying to kind of stay away from the stimulants. I didn't have any caffeine yesterday. Today, figured I'd have a little bit of Monster, because Monster, again, it's mild. It doesn't give you any good energy, so, but it does taste good. I'll give Monster that all day long. I got the orange can because I'd never tried it, and I saw on Josh Hancock's recent video that this is actually his favorite flavor, so I want to try it out. It's pretty good. It tastes like orange soda. Some of you guys are probably wondering, Nick, why are you water loading when you're already at your weight? Normally you water load to drop water to make your weight class. So a lot of athletes will hang a few pounds over their weight class. They'll water load the last week, and then that'll drop them down just under their weight class and they'll make weigh-ins. Well, for me, I'm already at my weight right now. It's a way to kind of try the water loading and just see how well it works. See, a lot of athletes, what they'll do is say they're competing in the 183-pound class like me, they'll hang at 185 right up until the meet. The last week, they'll let the water loading drop them down below 183. I personally don't trust that. I'm not saying it doesn't work, because a lot of athletes do it and it works fine for them. So I'm sure it would work for me too, but honestly, just the idea of gambling making my weight class on just water loading seems really sketchy. Like, I don't trust it. So after I try it and I can see for myself that it actually works, okay, good. I'll get an idea of how I respond to it and how well it works, and I'll use that in the future. But yeah, just the idea of relying on water loading only to make my weight class, that scares me a little bit. So day 1 of water loading is done, and I consumed 4 liters total. And I finished them kind of earlier than I expected to, because I didn't realize I had to do 4 liters today. I thought I had a little bit more than that. So I cracked this 5th one open, and I've just been taking baby sips of it. You can see there's not much taken from it at all. It's not super crucial, but just sipping that as I need it throughout the night, and that'll be good. Anyway, water loading's crazy, man. I was 188 point something pounds after all 4 liters. And at first I was like, dude, can 4 liters really add on that much weight? Not really thinking about the math of it. Not that I'm good at math. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, I've been low carb and everything. Why am I so heavy right now? And then like half an hour later, I stepped on the scale again and I was like 187. And then I peed more and more and more, and I was 186 and a half. And I just stepped on the scale now after peeing again, and I'm 185 and a half again. So I am going down, but it's crazy how much like the water bloats your weight way up. So today was 4 liters. Tomorrow, I believe, is 6 liters. At the end of all this, I'm going to give you the rundown on exactly what I did day by day and how much water I took in each day and what my exact strategy was. It'll be in the same video here. Getting leaner. Woo! And morning time weight is right back at 182 pounds. I don't mind. I don't mind. So the weekend had 2 new songs come out today. One's called In the Night, that's the one I was just playing, and the other one is called I Can't Feel My Face. I Can't Feel My Face sounds like it'd be awesome from him, but I'm not a big fan of either of these songs, really. I don't like them that much at all. They're both very, very Michael Jackson sounding songs, which is cool, and I love Michael. I'm a big fan of Michael Jackson, not to say I'm not. And The Weeknd has sounded like him before. In fact, The Weeknd did a cover of Dirty Diana, and it sounded amazing. He sounds just like Michael. It's ridiculous. But they're just not my style of songs. So it's like the first 2 songs by The Weeknd to come out that I actually don't really care for right now. That's kind of normal. I mean, he usually has like a couple songs that I don't like on every album. Like in Kissland, he had Wanderlust and That Odd Look, and I kind of like those now. I've warmed up to them, but they were never my favorite songs, and they still aren't. They just have that same kind of retro upbeat tempo, and not a huge fan of that. So little disappointed with the 2 new songs for The Weeknd. But I gotta say, I love how everybody associates me with him now. Like, I had Michael Corey tag me in one of The Weeknd's posts about the new song, so that's kind of funny. Tally mark in my hand again. I'm 1 liter down, so this is my 2nd liter for the day. I have 6 today. I'm in the doctor's office. Ooh. So I went to the doctor's office today just to get tested for strep throat, because I've always been super susceptible to strep throat. I used to get it all the time really easily. I don't know why. So this past weekend, you remember at the end of the training week last week, I told you I was feeling really beat up and like really sore and achy and all that. I started getting a sore throat, and I figured it was just, you know, point of overtraining. That happens sometimes at the end of those training cycles. You get really beat up. But then as I was resting throughout the weekend, the soreness got really acute. Not just your typical allergies or under the weather or run down sore throat. And it started getting me a little nervous. Not getting anything serious symptom-wise, honestly. If anything, I was suspecting it was just a touch of something. And if I didn't have a meet coming up in a week, I would have ignored it and just rested and let it go away by itself. But just because I had the meet, I wanted to be extra cautious and get tested for strep throat in case it was like a touch of strep throat starting to come on. I wanted to get the antibiotics right away so it wouldn't affect me for this meet. And I just went in and got tested. Fortunately, it's not strep throat. She checked out my throat. She thinks it might have just been like a very mild, just viral throat infection. Those are kind of common. most likely just throughout the heavy training I was doing at the end of this peak, it obviously taxed my CNS, and then it probably ran my immune system down a little bit, allowing me to catch something. I've been resting, and it's going away on its own. I already feel better today, so I'm not worried about it. I just wanted to be extra cautious and take the precautions so it won't affect this meet coming up in like 5 days. So, already feeling a lot better today though. Gonna keep hydrating, keep resting, keep eating well, and I think it shouldn't even be an issue by the time of the meet. Thank goodness. Knock on wood. Blah, blah, blah. Beauty right there, guys. It's amazing how many pictures you have been tweeting me of Rockstar Pier Zero. It's a movement. I should be getting paid. Oops, excuse me. Who else is still in the iPhone 5 crew? Have not gotten the 6. Don't need to. I got a jug because I don't want to have to refill my bottles with tap water, because tap water is disgusting. Like, I'm not opposed to it, like I'm not grossed out by it, but literally it's just like, it just tastes gross, and I've been so spoiled with nice water lately. So I'm about to finish my 2nd liter here. 1 gallon is 3.78 liters. So 2 liters down plus almost 4 liters will be almost 6 liters total, which is my day's water. And then I can just have a little bit more after it to make up for the extra like 25%. Testing, 1, 2, 3, okay, good. Set you down right now. Balancing you guys on a box right now. So, get comfortable here. Here's the skinny on water loading, right? My meet is this coming Sunday. So, I began my water loading Monday. If your meet's on a Saturday, you're going to begin it Sunday. So you begin just the first day of the week. Monday, I did 4 liters of water. Pretty decent amount of water, enough to stay comfortably hydrated throughout the day. The next day, Tuesday, today, I kicked it up to 6 liters of water. This is, once I finish this little bit in here, that's going to be pretty much it. I'll be able to actually refill this to about this level, and that'll be exactly 6 liters of water for me today. Tomorrow, I get to do 7 liters of water. Thursday, I get to do 8 liters of water. Friday, I get to do a gigantic whopping 10 to 12 liters of water, spread out throughout the day. Yeah, that's a lot of water. No, it's not going to kill me. I feel like ever since the incidents at like Electric Zoo, and all these incidents came out last year from like water overdoses from people rolling on Molly, people have just become afraid of drinking water. Water can kill you, most definitely. You can drown your cells out, but it requires a lot of water, like more than that. If I were to do 10 to 12 liters like all at once, yeah, that could be an issue. But I'm talking from first thing in the morning, space it on out to the moment I go to bed. I have plenty of time to get 12 liters of water in. Granted, I will be intaking a lot of water, needless to say that day. I'm going to be sick of water. And then Saturday, the day before my meet, I have only 2 liters of water that I'm supposed to sip very slowly throughout the day. So just from the morning right till night, only sip as needed when I get thirsty. Go slowly through 2 liters of water. That should be pretty easy because Saturday I'll actually be at the meet all day supporting Ricky and helping him out. So that's the water loading right there. And then what I'm going to do is about 12 hours out from weigh-ins, stop drinking. So, you know, certain time before I go to bed. Basically, weigh-ins I think are 7 a.m., something like that, so around 7 p.m., stop drinking. And obviously, you don't cottonmouth yourself. You take sips as needed. It's the same deal as when I was competing in bodybuilding. But you stop taking in significant amounts of water, and since your body's so heavily loaded from the water intake from all week long, especially the 12 liters the day before, you're going to be peeing and peeing and peeing and getting all that water out. It's going to be flushing your entire body out. All the water intake, slowly tapering it up, has been slowly getting your body into a flush state. Draining water, flushing water, peeing, peeing, peeing left and right. Well, now you suddenly cut that water intake down to only 2 liters throughout the day, which is like nothing compared to 12 liters. You're still peeing, 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 and then suddenly you stop the water intake altogether. You're going to keep peeing all your water out, and you're not intaking anymore, and you're going to see that scale go way down. And I've heard people say they drop 5 to 8 pounds even from water loading like that. Now, we're right at our weight even without water loading, so this is more of a test run to see how it works for me, how I respond to it, and that way I'll be able to know and use it more efficiently for future meets. And if anything, it'll allow me to, like I said, eat more while still making weight because I'm draining all the water out of me while I'm eating. And then I was actually talking to Josh Hancock, and he was giving me a lot of good tips. And he said the biggest thing, the most important thing after I weigh in is to get a lot of fluids back in me. So weigh in, 7 in the morning, that's easy. Wake up, roll out of bed, get in my car, drive, weigh in, pack one of these guys, down a ton of water. Get some electrolytes in me too, obviously. And then obviously I'm going to have some food to eat real fast, a bunch of carbohydrates and whatnot. I'll eat up nicely. My mom's going to make me her famous tuna fish sandwiches, pack a few of those bad boys. I'm going to bring the tuna and bread over to her house, and she's going to generously make me a few. So we're going to eat up fine, but he said the fluids is what really, really, really makes a huge difference. And just filling yourself up on those fluids the day of the meet after weigh-ins will make a huge difference. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. That's how it goes. Earlier today, when I was at the peak of my water loading, I was 188 again. And I've actually taken a long time to, I've stopped drinking for a while. I have this left, but I wanted to make sure I had this tonight because it's only about 11 p.m. and I'll probably be up to 2 a.m. So I actually stopped drinking for a little bit. Let's see what my weight's at right now. Yeah, see, look at that. I'm already down a few pounds from when I stepped on the scale a few hours ago. And that's just from peeing a lot. I just peed now. You can hear the toilet before I stepped on the scale. Didn't want to get that one on camera. And I'm still taking in water. I haven't even cut it out or anything yet. So you imagine that effect of peeing and draining water after 12 liters of water and then actually cutting out my water intake. It'd be pretty crazy. Carbs, been taking in carbs in the morning and midday. Moderate carbs, took sweet potatoes and oatmeal and stuff like that. And then I basically do all high protein, high fat for the whole rest of the day. So it's very low carbs in general. But I do get some carbs in right now. And then Friday and Saturday, the day before the meet, obviously I'm going to just keep all carbs in my meals. So I'm well carbed. And then eat very well the morning of the meet after weigh-ins. Assuming I have enough time and I'm not rushed.